All right. Welcome, everybody, to this conversation between myself, Brooke McNamara, and my dear friend and collaborator, Lisa Gibson.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's so fun to be here with you.
Yeah, we're here to just talk a little bit about our upcoming year long or seasonal retreat offering for women called Women's Ritual of Renewal. And there's a couple of options for how to participate. So we just wanted to talk about it a bit and help you understand what it is and why we're excited about it. So I'm going to ask Lisa and interview her a little bit and see. We'll see what comes up. So my first question is just, what is Women's Ritual of Renewal, and how is it different from other women's programs that are out there? There's so many opportunities to practice with women. So how is this one unique? And who's it for? So anything in there that you want to speak to? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Brooke. Yeah, well, I think one of the things that's unique about it, and one of the things that I'm really excited about, is that we're collaborating together. And so this is really, for us, what part of what this whole idea of ritual and renewal comes from is actually doing it in a collective and doing it with other women. And I think for me, actually, the opportunity for us to bring our perspectives and all of our practices, both our shared Zen practice, but also our different practices of creativity and poetry and writing, with angles of social justice and activism, and sort of that blend of really inviting women to come together and nourish ourselves in ways that are not just about, yes, it's about rest, but it's really about how can we access the fullness of who we are, and actually renew ourselves from that place. And so one of the quotes that we love, and that I think is really foundational to what we're offering, is this quote from David Steindl Rast, who's a Catholic monk, a wise fellow, has to share with us. And he says that the antidote to exhaustion isn't necessarily rest, but rather the antidote to exhaustion is wholeheartedness. And so this is really an opportunity to come together, either in single retreats. So people are able to sign up and just come to individual seasonal retreats that are happening once every season, or to join us for this year long inquiry and deep dive and really co-creation of not just what it is, but can we actually experience and practice wholeheartedness, and from there can we find a deeper expression of who we are, and can we actually find a different kind of nourishment from that place. So that's a little bit about what we're hoping to do together.
Awesome. Maybe I'll just build on what you shared, or do you want to ask me a new
No,
question?
no, I'd love for you to build on
Okay.
what I shared.
Yeah. As I was listening, I mean, I know the answer to this, but also I was thinking, if I wasn't on the inside of this experience, crafting it and hosting it, I might wonder, how does one practice wholeheartedness? Um, and so my answer in this moment is that we're going to come at it from a lot of different angles. And Lisa mentioned that we practice Zen together. We've been practicing Zen together for over 10 years now. And so meditation is a huge part of practicing wholeheartedness, the capacity to sit as whatever is arising in this moment and stay with it as it appears and changes and dissolves, and to stay present as the awareness that's always here naturally cultivates an inherent wholeheartedness. It's not like we have to create or fabricate or go get anything. So we will practice meditation together in order to discover that which is always here, that is already wholehearted. But we also value interpersonal practices that we've learned from our teacher Diane Hamilton, in terms of just being more real with each other and more wholeheartedly compassionate, curious, playful, tender, and real together. So we like to explore how to do that together through conversation as well as um, writing and creative practices. Um, what other practices did we do last time? There was a whole variety. We went away from the screen for a while and went out into nature. So everybody had a specific um, cue to go, or an inquiry to go out in nature and actually um, be wholehearted and quiet and in relationship with the earth and the natural environment, even if you're in quarantine and it's just a house plant that you can relate with.
Totally. We
um,
did a practice working with our senses. So we worked with the sense of smell, and people just took in the beauty of chocolate or mangoes or whatever the sense. And then, oh no, that was the eating practice, and we did it, but we had smells, and we had, working with all the different senses to actually fully experience the moment as it was unfolding before us.
mhm.
um yeah, I mean,
Visual
there's
practice
so
too.
many practices that we're kind of pulling together for this experience. And I think what's also important is that we are using the seasons, and that we actually want to invite people into an experience that actually matches what's happening outside. So what's happening, and we may be in different parts of the world, but there's a seasonal, there's a cyclical way that we know as women we experience the cycles of the moon, our own cycles, and there's the cycles of the seasons. So how can we also be in full relationship to that, and let that also guide how we move through the world, and how we actually connect to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot more logistical information if you're interested on our website, which we'll post underneath this. And we'll also be making more videos where we'll talk about more specific aspects, but we're going to keep it short for now. So that's kind of an overview. And if you're
I would love,
curious,
yeah, reach out
yeah,
if you have
yeah,
questions. And yeah, and it's going to be, I think, a beautiful community. And I think that's the biggest piece that I'm
yeah,
excited about, is getting creative, and being in a collective, especially right now when there's such intensity in the world. And how can we actually find communities of support to resource ourselves, to be able to actually go back and fully meet whatever it is that's happening.
yeah, yeah. So reach out if you have any questions, and we hope to practice with you soon.
Yeah. Bye bye.